Aquarius, what's going on? Look, it's finally y'all turn. Welcome to Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. As you are entering this space, I am sending you all the good energy and positive vibes that you may need in this moment, okay? Before we get into your reading, I would like to let you know that if you are interested in booking any type of a service or a session with me, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, you can find that information in the description box, all right? If you have not yet subscribed to the channel and you are a person that enjoys good energy and positive vibes, it is time for you to subscribe. Okay? I've been shuffling y'all cards, but I'm going to shuffle them a little bit more, give you time to go hit that subscribe button, and then we're going to get right into y'all message. Right into your message, okay? Spirit, you know what it is that they need to hear. You know what's on their hearts. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for them to be able to receive the message with an open mind and an open heart? Y'all hear my buttons? My buttons is just like shaking it up. Spirit, what is the message that you have for Aquarius on today? Something came out. Now I got to go down there and get those ones. 1 second. Come on. All right. That's how y'all want those? Got you. We need about 3 more at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some out of this deck that I'm shuffling from. We'll discuss the energy on the table. We'll clarify a few cards. And then we'll go into the, before we close out, we'll go into the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. Here, can we have the remaining cards that we need? Thank you. Okay, what's underneath it all? Empress energy. Sitting on your throne. Being nurturing, right, to yourself before anything else or anybody else. Just understanding your power and knowing who you are. Knowing how you give birth to things, like and this is, you can be a male or female. It's not gender specific. It's just the energy, and we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. So just be mindful of that. You have the ability to create. You have the ability to nurture. You just gotta recognize and realize who you are and start doing that. Now, see, and you can bring life to some beautiful things, okay? You can bring life to some beautiful things, Aquarius. Don't sleep on yourself. Do not sleep on yourself. Okay? So for starters, okay, you got the Knight of Wands. This is your starting card, the Knight of Wands. And with this being the starting card, it's like with everything else falling behind, the Knight's back is turned to everything else that's on the table, right? So you got the Knight of Wands, you got the Prince of Swords in reverse, the Six of Swords, the Moon card, the Queen of Wands, and then the Nine of Swords. 1, 2, 3 swords, 2 wands, 1 major arcana. Okay. So for the most part, it got something to do with like how you think about stuff, like what's going on in your mind. It's almost like you're running away from getting control of your thoughts, Aquarius. You letting your thoughts like control you, pull you every which way. And it's like deep down inside, you know what you need to know, but it's just little stuff, like these little things that you're allowing to pull you in ways that you really don't want to be pulled. So if you know you really don't want to be pulled, like you can control your thoughts. People may think that you crazy for talking to yourself, but sometimes you got to tell yourself like, listen, shut up. Nobody want to hear that. Sometimes you have to have these type of conversations with yourself, and as crazy as it may seem to somebody else, it be real necessary, because you are your biggest critic at times, right? You can also, like, you can be your worst enemy or you can be your own best friend, right? We all have this inner critic that's gonna try to show up and, downplay who we know ourselves to be. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But it's almost like you're allowing those things to control how you move, what you do, who you are, right? I don't know if it's a fear that you're holding on to, the comfort, or you being content in some. I don't know what it is, but you're allowing your thoughts to pull you every which way. You know what you want to do, you know how you want to move, but you're allowing yourself to be pulled every which way mentally. Okay, the Six of Swords is showing up, and it's like, realize what it is that you need to realize. Like, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Okay, we be really showing up in a way where we expect the truth from other people, and other things, like we expect the truth from other people, but we fail to give the truth to ourselves, or we fail to realize our own truth and how we can operate, or the best parts of ourselves, in a sense. So be mindful, pay attention to the situations, pay attention to the thoughts that you have, and realize, like, why do I keep on thinking like this? Like, what are these thoughts trying to show me? What is these thoughts trying to tell me, right? And you really want to put yourself in a position to be at peace. So if you have to associate yourself with things or people or situations and circumstances that pretty much like take away your peace, you need to realize, like, why am I holding on to this if I'm not finding peace in this? Why do I feel like I got to keep on operating outside of what I know to be true for myself, in a way? And how it's showing up on the table, because you got the Moon card, right? This is the card. Because you got the Moon card, it's like, okay, the energy, this is you and your path. And these are all of the dark, negative thoughts and things and distractions that are there, right? So it's like, focus on your path. It may seem narrow. Yeah, it does. It seems narrow, but it's real fucking bright. It's really bright if you stop wondering and worrying about what's going on the outside of that. So Spirit is pretty much just really calling you to pay attention, like to focus, right? Focus. I can say this time and time again. Focus, right? On you. You want to pay attention to the things that are like draining you mentally. You don't want to put yourself in a position to where you feeling mentally drained. You don't got to associate yourself with certain energies. You don't have to tolerate certain stuff. You want to put life into yourself. And this is how the card came out. So if it's like this, it's like, okay, you finally like putting life back into yourself through your thoughts. But it's like the way that you be thinking, the situations you put yourself in, it's really becoming draining mentally. It's really becoming draining mentally. And you really got to choose, because you're in control of your thoughts, right? Your thoughts don't gotta be in control of you. And when you come to realize that, that's when things will start getting better for you. Let's see. We're going to clarify the Prince of Swords in reverse for sure. The Prince of Swords in reverse, because it's like, I'm trying to get up in your business now. What is the clarification cards? Can we have those cards to clarify the Prince of Swords in reverse? Okay. We got the Hierophant. We got the Devil card. And we also have the Lust card. That's 3 major arcana cards clarifying this Prince of Swords. Listen. It's like, pay attention to your intuition. Tap into your inner child. Understand like your vices, your bad habits, the toxicity that you associate yourself with, right? And create something different. Like, understand again that you have the ability to create whatever it is that you want to create, whether it's in, like, you have the ability to create it, but it's almost like you need to tap back into who you are, like the truth of who you are, like your inner being, right? And you do that by tapping into your inner child and paying attention to your intuition, male or female. Gender does not matter. The Devil card. right? Just look at it. Tell me what you see when you see this card. Like, look at the illustration of this card. And tell me in the comments, for real, like, what do you see? Right? And it's talking about like your vices or the things that can make your flesh feel good, right? It's like you almost, how can I describe that? I feel like it's you being so attached to like the material aspects of the world, or, you know, the things again that may please your flesh, that, you know how when you, how can I describe this, spirit? Like, you distract yourself with worldly things in order to not have to tap into yourself, or not to like pay attention to how you moving or what you actually doing, right? That's what that devil energy is showing up as. It's almost like you're using these things, situations, circumstances, or whatever, people, whatever, as a form of escapism, right? Some type of a coping mechanism maybe. But you definitely are being called to like tap into your inner child, tap into, focus, like pay attention to your intuition and start creating, putting things together and creating them. You ain't gotta lot to kick it. Look, Silk the Shocker started playing in my mind from way back in like 90 something. You ain't got a lot to kick it because they still alive. Tell the truth, put that on something type energy, right? Who are you? Like, do you feel like you really operating in your truth and your authenticity? Or do you not know what it means to operate in your truth and or authenticity? Right? That's the type of energy that has shown up in this, with this clarification. We're going to go now into the moon card. Spirit, can you give us the cards that are going to clarify, that will clarify the moon card? You got the Nine of Cups. You got the Magician, or sorry, the Magus. You got the Nine of Cups. You got the Magus. Spirit, can we have another card to clarify the moon card? Thank you. Thank you. We'll take them both. We'll take them both. You got the Nine of Cups, the Magician, the Magus, the Lover's card, and the Four of Swords. So, Nine of Cups and the Magus is like, create your happiness. Whatever it is that you know gonna make you happy, you need to create that. Like, accept yourself for who you were in the past, present, or future. But you also want to like accept, okay, how can I say that? Accept yourself for who you are and or were, past, present, or future, right? And find peace in that. Like, bring your mind to this place of peace. Like, yeah, I was who I was, but that's not who I gotta be. I'm gonna start creating what I want to actually experience in my life, right? And you don't have to associate yourself with toxic or, you know, negative or dysfunctional energies. You find a way to create like and listen, I think a lot of people be getting beside themselves because they be so worried about how other people gonna view their situations, right? And with us clarifying the moon card, those things on the outside, those can be the people who you think they're watching me. They watching me on my path and I don't want them to see, or whatever that energy is. Be mindful of it and understand that what makes somebody else happy ain't the same thing that's gonna make you happy. And vice versa, you know, like what makes you happy ain't gonna make other people happy. So you want to focus on creating what makes you happy and be okay with that. Don't feel like you got to be like misleading people. Don't feel like you got to lie to yourself. Don't feel like you got to play this role. You get what I'm saying? Like, be honest with yourself about who you are, past, present, and future, and find peace in that. And once you find peace, just watch, like, hear me out. When you find peace in that, come back and tell me how life starts showing up for you, showing out for you. Y'all, you know. Spirit, can we have the cards to clarify the Nine of Swords? Okay. Listen. The Nine of Swords is being clarified by the Prince of Swords in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse and the Princess of Swords. So again, it's all in your mind. Like, you allowing those thoughts to control you as much as you're allowing those thoughts to control you. You not actually realizing like what's happening, right? You are allowing like the traditional ways of thinking that have been passed down to you to pretty much like crumble you. Look, it's like crumble you. This is like, it's like you trying to fight against, how can I describe that energy? It's just like you trying to fight against it. You trying to fight against what your spirit is telling you to do based on like the information that you have received from other people, or how other people was operating in the past, or how you viewed things when you were a kid, when you started being exposed to certain stuff, right? Listen, let me just say it like this, okay? Trying to live up to or hold on to the energies that other people have put out there for you to grab, right? Trying to live up to that when you know it's not working for you, or it's causing like too much mental anguish, if I can say it like that. Like, you got to do better. Like, you got to choose to do better for yourself. Unless you like it. If you like it, hey, I love it. But understand that that's what you're going to continuously align yourself with in all other areas and aspects, or any other area and aspect of your life. So I hope that makes sense so far, Aquarius. Spirit, can you give us a card for the Aquarius out of this deck? What is it that you need them to receive? Thought we was finna have something, but it ain't came out yet. Spirit, can we get the card? There it go. There we go. What is it? Storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. And then look, on the image, she holding her head. Like, I'm so done. I'm so tired. Like, oh my gosh. Like, you know, like, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. I ain't got time for this. I ain't about to keep on going through this. I ain't about to do this to myself. Like, my head feel like it's about to explode. Okay? I don't know who energy that was, but go ahead and tell it like it is. Be honest with yourself. Stop running away from the very thing that you know. Like, stop turning your back to it. Stop turning your back to what's real. Stop turning your back to you. That's it. That's what we have on the table. Okay, Aquarius. I definitely hope this helps. Until next time, please enjoy yourself.